Hi guys, and welcome back or welcome to my channel. My videos have been a little slow lately. I haven't been able to get as much uploads as I wanted. There's been so much stuff going on. First of all, my microphone broke, okay? Like, my microphone wasn't recording at all, and I got a new one, but I don't think it's as good as the last one. I think I have to get another one because the last one, like, I was going to get a new one anyways, but it just broke on me. In this video, I'm going to talk about some starstable updates that did absolutely nothing for the game. Like, literally nothing. I just wonder every day, like, why were these even made? Like, what was the purpose? So let's get into it. If you didn't already know, or maybe you didn't even play Starstable at this time, there used to be something called cold tolerance in Starstable. And this feature made it so that a lot of the horse breeds in the game would be slowed when entering Dino Valley because the specific breeds weren't used to the cold and therefore couldn't run as fast. So, for example, the Icelandic horse would be able to go through the area normally because it was cold tolerant, and for example, like our starter horses weren't tolerant, so they would be slowed. But on the other hand, as I said, some horse breeds had a cold tolerance, and it would pop up as a little like snowflake, I think, when entering a cold area, and these select horses would be able to run normally in normal speed through the cold areas. And this made it so that it was beneficial to choose a specific horse when going to the Dino Valley in order to be able to go normal speed. But the cold tolerance feature in Starstable was actually officially removed on May 19th, 2021. And the Starstable team's reasoning to this was, we want all of your horses to explore Dino Valley at full capacity instead of punishing them for not having cold tolerant coats. That was their statement, by the way. And although removing this feature doesn't really impact anyone negatively, there were still a lot of reactions to this in the fandom. A lot of players say that this feature made Starstable feel more realistic, and it was a fun little detail to the game, and honestly I agree. This was one of the things that just made Starstable feel like Starstable to me, and though I don't really care that much that it was removed, I wouldn't really mind having it in the game. I actually thought it was kind of funny to be able to like think like, oh, I'm gonna go to Dino Valley and I'm going to actually change my horse. But the thing is also that nowadays we don't really have so much reason to go into the Dino Valley. Like there's not really anything happening there anymore. And I've made several videos about this, or I've talked about it in several videos, and we don't really go there anymore. So again, I don't really understand what this update is doing. And one thing that's kind of suspicious about this is that, you know, the cold tolerance feature was apparently removed right before the release of the Gen 3 Arabians, which the Gen 3 Arabians is a horse that would typically not have the cold tolerance feature. You could suspect that that's related, but I don't know, I don't think like no one would not buy the Arabian because it's not cold tolerant. Like, I don't really think that matters to anyone, but knowing the Starstable team, they might think that, you know? All in all, this update was pretty useless, and I still don't understand like what was the point behind it, but let me know what you think. Back in the day, your horse in the Starstable used to automatically slow down if you didn't keep pressing the W key. So this meant that you had to constantly tap W to maintain the top speed, and this was especially important in championships where every second of top speed counted, and it added a layer of challenge and realism that honestly makes sense to me. I think, like, obviously in real life a horse typically won't continue running forever, you know, unless there's some encouragement. This old system is also why I, and probably many other longtime Starstable players, still find myself spamming on the W key out of sheer muscle memory. And even though it's no longer necessary, my hands kind of just do it automatically. And I've seen people say this on TikTok as well, like everyone's just literally spamming the key because we're so used to it. Because for years, slowing down mid-race and not constantly pressing W basically meant losing. But this feature was quietly removed in late March of 2023, I believe. And now, once your horse hits full speed, it basically just stays there until you manually stop it. So your horse just goes on. And honestly, the removal of this feature felt kind of random. Like, there wasn't much warning or explanation it just kind of disappeared. And I know a lot of players prefer this new system where you don't have to press W, and I totally understand that. It's smoother, easier, and it's also a lot more forgiving in races and championships because you don't start to slow down after a while. But for me, something about the old mechanic felt more engaging, you know? And it kind of gave the gameplay a little bit more depth to it and made riding feel more active, not like you're just on cruise control. So yeah, I guess I just kind of missed that bit of realism, and again, I feel like this update was so random and useless. Like, I genuinely really wonder what made Starstable like wake up one day and think like, no, we've had enough. We need to remove this feature now. Players need to stop pressing W. Maybe, do you guys think that it was maybe a starstable employee that found it annoying and just got like, they found it annoying when they themselves play the game for like testing or whatever, and they just like made it so that we don't have to press W. I honestly don't know. Like, I can't really imagine what made them do this, which is why it's so random, but Starstable once rolled out a quiet little update that claimed to improve pet movement and pathfinding, and specifically mentioning fox pets. And this was like in the patch notes, so it's like not the official update, but it's like the patch notes where they fix things in the game, which sounds good, right? At this time, foxes had a lot of problems, and when I say foxes, I mean the pet foxes, like the one you have in your bag. They had a lot of problems because they had been teleporting, flipping into walls, walking sideways, or just like floating awkwardly next to your horse for literal years. Like, I remember there were so many bugs with the foxes. So the patch update comes, Starstable is like, yeah guys, we fixed it finally, and lets us know that the foxes are fixed. So we enter the game and we summon our fox, and the fox is running straight into a tree. The fox is clipping halfway through into a rock, and it is teleporting 3 meters behind you like it's a haunted Minecraft wolf. So basically absolutely nothing changed, even though Starstable claimed to have fixed it. Maybe now they walk a little bit slower before walking into walls, but anyways, maybe the fox just got erased and stopped carrying. But this is like the average Starstable like patch notes update, because I feel like they literally come with the most random patch notes. Like, they will not fix things like the literal tack being inside of the horse, or like bugs that actually impact the gameplay. But they will be like, oh my god guys, we fixed the bush in Golden Hills that looked a little bit weird. No, Starstable, that's not really what we want. Like, we kinda just want you to fix the game, okay? I'm joking, but their patch updates or patch notes are literally so random, and I swear they fix the weirdest things like that no one really even is bothered by. Oh my god. I've been waiting for the perfect opportunity to talk about how much I dislike the Jojo Siwa event slash update. And oh, I actually want to make a separate video about this because this whole thing is just so hilarious to me. Like, I don't know why, like, I find this so funny, but I do. This was quite a while ago now, or I think it was like 7 years ago. Maybe some of you who started playing recently never even experienced it, and honestly that might be a blessing, to be honest. Like, I was actually relatively young when this update came out, and I still remember being like, what the fuck is this? For those who missed it, Starstable actually partnered with Jojo Siwa in 2018. And if you don't know who Jojo Siwa is, then I don't even know what to say. She was like, or I mean, she's not dead, like she is still alive, but at the time she was a ultra popular pop star slash dancer slash YouTuber personality, and she was also known for being on Dance Moms, and she came into Starstable to bring her bright, sparkly, very energetic vibe into the game. And this basically meant that we got these sparkly rainbow outfits that didn't really fit the usual Starstable aesthetic. There were also events and quests themed around JoJo's music and brand, and we got new updated dance moves, which was actually inspired by Jojo Siwa herself. And I believe that some of them the dances are still in the game. Oh, and you also got to buy this monstrosity of a hair, the infamous Jojo Siwa hair. And I remember this hair pissed me off because it actually replaced a lot of hairs in the Fort Pinto salon, and those hairs that was replaced by the Jojo Siwa hair were not available for the whole time that the Jojo Siwa hair was there. And even after the Jojo Siwa hairs were removed, those old hairs still weren't available until the character update, so a very long time after. And this was in the period of time where we didn't have like a makeup or hair wardrobe, so every time you wanted to get a new hair, you needed to go and buy it over again. And I lost my signature hair because of this Jojo Siwa one, and it literally put me into an identity crisis. All thanks to you, Jojo Siwa. I remember the player base being divided. I think that this update mainly appealed to mostly younger children, but even though, as I said, I was basically a child at this point, but I hated this update with a burning passion, and many of us were just confused. Like, it was a weird mashup that didn't really feel natural or authentic to Star Stable's world. Some people even joked that it felt like an invasion. And personally, I think this is even funnier to think back on, especially when you consider what Jojo Siwa does today and her recent scandals. Like, oh my god. For some reason, players argue that she was only in the game for a month or two, but me, like other people, swear that she was in there for years. But I think it's what's happened is that the actual NPC was in the game for a shorter time, and the hair and the clothes and everything stayed. I think my account was like glitched or something, because if I remember correctly, the first time you log into the game, when the Jojo Siwa update came, you would get like a phone call from Jojo Siwa, and this, like, my account was a glitch, so every time I log into the game, I would get the phone call. Like, Jojo Siwa was calling me every single time I logged into this game. Like, this actually pissed me off. But anyways, I really, really want to make a separate videos about this update in general. But yeah. So yeah, if you want that, just let me know. I'm gonna probably make it anyways, but that was all the updates for this video, and oh my god, making this video actually made me think about the Star Stable news videos that used to exist before. Does anyone else remember watching these? Because I was obsessed with them. Like, I remember every Wednesday I would run to the school bus and I would watch the Star Stable news with my friends on the bus, and I swear it was the highlight of the week. But that's it for this one, so please hit subscribe if you're into Star Stable lore or just whatever else this game throws at us. And also, I've started posting a little bit on TikTok too. Same name as on YouTube, so go check it out if that's interesting to you. So yeah, see you next time, bye!